Let's speak more about this then with the ANC's Sasabona Manganye. He is the party's Joburg Regional Secretary. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you for being on Daytime Update. So what happens now that Vasco Da Gama is out as Speaker in the Johannesburg Council? Do you want that seat for yourself as the ANC?
Now that Vasco is out of council, as the Speaker of Council, it therefore means that Council must reconvene and Council must elect the new Speaker of Council.
And you want that person to be from the ANC?
Come again?
And you want that person to be from the ANC?
No, not exactly. It's not about the African National Congress. It's about the people of Johannesburg. And the people of Johannesburg have voted many parties into Council. And any of the parties that we work with in council, if they can place a candidate, we will definitely support such a candidate to be Speaker of Council, for as long as those parties knows that when you are a Speaker of Council, you are not a Speaker of a particular party. You are a Speaker of Council who is responsible for all the people of Johannesburg, irrespective of their political affiliation. Then we will support that kind of a candidate.
What sort of bartering did you go into then ahead of the vote to remove Vasco Da Gama overnight? What was promised by each party to whom?
So you will know that the PAC have the one that have sponsored the motion of no confidence against Vasco Da Gama. And they have lobbied parties, including the ANC was lobbied to support the motion, and we supported that particular motion. There were no any deals that were entered into. The only thing that we agreed in principle was to continue working together. You will know that the ANC has been working with the small parties, even in the last administration where we had a government of local unity. So it's not a new thing of supporting the small parties and working with them. So we recommitted ourselves to working with those small parties to ensure that we deliver services to the people of Johannesburg, unlike the current DA multi-party coalition, which is busy paging staff members instead of focusing on delivering services to the people.
Did you as the ANC use money, bribes, to make sure that that motion against Vasco Da Gama succeeded? Because when I was speaking in the last hour to Solimi Simanga from the DA, he said they're in fact expecting to get affidavits from people who said they were present when bribes were discussed in exchange for making sure that Vasco Da Gama's removal, when that motion was tabled, would indeed be guaranteed.
The ANC have never been part of any meeting or any deals that has to do with exchange of monies. The ANC had no any motion that it has sponsored in council. The ANC had no role to can want, in fact had no interest to can even want to persuade people to an extent that you even go through, giving people monies. The DA multi-party coalition led by the DA, they must accept the fact that they have no capacity to manage coalition, and as a result, they failed to can contain all their coalition partners, and they have taken their own conscious decision to vote in the manner that they have voted. So if they believe that there have been anyone who have been paid to do such, it is themselves who must bring such evidence. If we find that there is anyone who is a member of the ANC involved, who will act on that individual, but I doubt that there will be anything that will point to the African National Congress if there is any bribery that might have happened, which I don't believe there will have been such. Councillors were fed up. I can tell you, even in council, councillors of both the IFP and the Action SA, they did raise even their own reservations and disappointment about the speaker. So I don't know what is it that they are talking about. The same issues that we raised, same issues that the PAC raised, IFP raised them, Action SA raised them. They might not have supported the motion, but they also demonstrated that they are not happy about the
So
speaker.
you are saying, sir, with confidence that if we do indeed see those affidavits, something in writing on these bribery allegations, there won't be a single name of an ANC official in there?
They must not only do affidavit, they must open even case of corruption and bribery. We can't allow anyone who can act in such a manner. We are encouraging that we must lead the city of Johannesburg with good governance. Parties must vote on the basis of their belief on the issues that are put on council, not to be bribed for them to vote against someone if they do not believe that that person is not the right person. So I can rest assure you, the ANC will never future into such things. If the ANC, anyone from the ANC futures, it will not be because of the mandate of the ANC, and we will definitely work with whoever that alleges such to ensure that they are brought to book. But I can rest assure you, the ANC will never be part of such things.
Finally, though, among the voters in Johannesburg, your support has been in free fall. That's why you lost Johannesburg for the first time in 2016. So there isn't exactly high voter confidence in the ability of the ANC to run Johannesburg. We've seen that at the ballot. Do you think then what has happened in the last 24 hours is going to work for you strategically in winning back the support of voters?
So remember that 2016 elections, we did not get a majority to can govern alone as the ANC. That is why we couldn't win to place our candidate for mayor and the speaker and the chief whip. 2011, the same thing happened. We do not have the majority. And as a result, although we are the most voted party in the city of Joburg, so people must not even raise issues, which Soli is trying to raise there and say, we want to be opportunistic and all. People of Johannesburg, the majority party they voted is the ANC.
But it's a far cry, though, from the performance that you had 10 years ago in this metro.
Look, the fact is, there are a lot of things that we have done well in the city of Johannesburg. That's why the city of Johannesburg has been characterized as the world-class city. That was under the ANC. Its financial standings were in good conditions under the ANC. Yes, there are those limitations that we might not have done well as the African National Congress. And we admit that, and we believe that those are some of the areas that we can improve. But for anyone to want to believe that the ANC didn't deliver to the people of Johannesburg, they will not be telling the truth. You must go and look at Soweto, how it looked like in 1994 and how it looks like today. You will see that the ANC have registered serious progress.
Sasabona Manganye, thank you very much. You and I could go back and forth about that all day, because even in 2016 there was data saying that the Soweto people in fact stayed away from voting, which is what the ANC was relying on to win. But for now, though, we'll take that up at another date. Thank you very much for your time today.
No, thanks very much. Yes, it will be important to have that conversation so that we give a perspective.